All right, let's do this. A new Dune Part 2 trailer dropped yesterday. The film has, of course, been the release date of the film has been moved around quite a bit. It is finally coming out March 1st, 2024. There's a good chance that Alan and I will hopefully get to see it late February. This is a movie. This is a movie I have not just been looking forward to since they announced they were making that Denis Villeneuve was doing Dune. It's a movie I've been looking forward to since I read the first Dune book when I was 14 years old. That movie changed my life. It was a science fiction book that was unlike anything I'd ever seen. I had seen Star Wars, but never read Dune. It was recommended to me, and I read Dune as a teenager in high school, and it just rocked my world because it's not a world with where spaceships don't play a huge part of it. Commerce plays a huge part of it. It's there are no robots per se. There are no lightsabers. There are no aliens. There are different types of humans, but it is it's an incredibly original science fiction universe that posits a future 10,000 years off, that even acknowledges the Bible. They talk about like different versions of the Bible that were kind of rewritten. And it's about this charismatic leader that fights back against the Harkonnens, led by, of course, Paul Atreides. We're not going to now. Every time we play anything from Warner Brothers, we get a copyright strike. We get a copyright strike. So Alan and I have both already seen the trailer. We will drop the link to this trailer in the description for you all to check out, or you can search for it. I always go for the official, either from the WB channel or I go to IMAX. Actually, I like to give them a view. I subscribe to the IMAX YouTube channel because they show exclusive IMAX trailers there. My feeling is that this trailer was dropped to promote the new release date. We're going to look at some images from this. I have read the book 5 times now, the first Dune book. Then I've read up through the first 5 books, and then they kind of lost me. But the books in the future in the series were not written by Frank Herbert. So, but in any case, the imagery here, I know exactly what's happening here. What Denis Villeneuve said when he said he was going to make Dune was he wanted to make an adult Star Wars. Before we kind of scrub through some of these images, Alan, what do you have to say about the new Dune Part 2 trailer?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm not the big Dune fan that you are, but back when the first movie came out, I was challenged to not only see the David Lynch version, but also the Sci-Fi Channel series, all of them. And admittedly, they were weird. They still are weird.
Weird.
I remember the early images of the David Lynch version was just a guy being blown up like a bubble and then floating off. That was kind of my impression of Dune at that time. But I saw Denis Villeneuve's version, and I liked it a lot. I thought like it was, it felt like a sci-fi movie, and that's exactly what I got from this trailer. So I'm excited about it. I think they're on the right track in terms of it's a good trailer. Let's put it that way.
Okay. All right. Well, let's actually, I'm going to scrub through some more images from this. I know exactly, what you're looking at mainly is a lot of images of war. This is the bottle right here. I missed it right here of the water of life. Okay. This is like the CBD oil of the spice melange, where it can take you'll get visions of the future. It enhances, it'll turn your eyes blue, it'll trip you out. There's a lot of Dune that's about doing drugs, right?
Yeah. So the trailer is definitely, it's fan service for Dune fans, but there's enough for the rest of us to say, hey, this looks like an epic film.
Right. Now, I don't know what this is. I'm only going to speculate. The emperor of the known universe is the Padishah Shaddam IV. Um, and he is played by Christopher Walken in the movie. This looks like his ship or the exterior of his ship being bombed because it's supposed to be made of gold, showing the opulence of the emperor. And I think Christopher Walken is perfect. That looks like the emperor's starship. Here's a hand image, which is, um, at least in the David Lynch version, used as the image to represent dreams. Chani, Paul Atreides' love interest, she's a warrior amongst the Fremen, and men and women fight side by side as members of the Fremen, the different tribes of Fremen. And you're going to see her be a girl boss. That's in the book. So just to be clear, it's also in the David Lynch version. Chani as a character was always a fighter. So anyone accusing the movie of like, oh, they went like for full girl boss, it's like, yeah, that's in the book. And it makes sense because they're this beleaguered, downtrodden people just trying to survive on Arrakis.
Yeah, you had to be a warrior in order.
You had to be a warrior. I just like that it has. I'm gonna screen cap this because she says load. I'm gonna send that
load.
Send that to a friend of mine here. But a lot of what we're seeing, okay, so this looks like a spice carrier, and they're running away. They're sabotaging the spice carrier. That's how they mine the spice. They have to like hover because the act of mining spice may attract worms. They got to get away. But if you shut down production of mining for spice, that throws the whole universe, because the whole universe runs on this spice, right? Like that's how you travel from other planets. I hope that we do get to see the Spacing Guild, this more of the Spacing Guild. So I'm going to scrub through.
Yeah, those are things that I never got while watching the originals.
Yeah, well, we see
just all the guilds and everything. I think it was better explained in this one than
this is Javier Bardem as Stilgar. He's the leader of at least his Fremen tribe,
and he squats well. Yeah,
he squats well. The thing that I really like in the trailer, I'm going to scrub ahead a little bit more. There's a lot of like talking between. There's this one exchange that like where Paul Atreides says this line. It kind of bugged me because it's I'd very much like to be equal to you. Like, because the Fremen are all equal. There's not like these hierarchies and houses or monarchies, right? Like that's kind of talked about in the book, but never as overtly. It's in the book, but it's not like pointed to. I feel like what, by including this in the trailer, what they're trying to do is say, hey, this could be woke. It's really not. I even hate using that word.
I mean, what kind of a warrior was he when he first landed on Arrakis here? I mean, compared to the other Fremen. I think that's I feel like that's what it's alluding to, is that he's not quite the warrior that they are.
Right. Well, I think that's part of it. But I feel like there's he's trying to say something, but there was another line like this in the original Dune trailer, and then it was not that big a deal when the movie came out. I feel like it's out of context and whatever, but I feel like that line might annoy some people. It annoyed me a little bit. The other thing that was the best part of the trailer, Fade Routha, he's psychotic. And you're going to see Fade Routha kill people. He's going to be like, my prediction, he's going to be like what Heath Ledger was like as the Joker in The Dark Knight. A murderous like threat that is frightening. I mean, the movie is, I believe it's going to be rated PG-13, so it's not going to be particularly bloody, but there will be shocking deaths. We kind of see a death here when he sticks out his tongue, and then kind of like you see him battling in an arena, and just he has no respect whatsoever for the death of anyone.
Yeah, he kind of sucker punches someone or sucker kills.
He sucker slices.
Yeah,
sucker slice. What I'm excited about are the possible futures. That's the thing that kind of drives Paul Atreides mad, in a sense. It's the best way to describe it. This is like trying to get a Star Wars fan to actually get into the Dune universe. What if Anakin Skywalker knew he was going to become Darth Vader and did everything he could to alter that destiny? And basically what Paul Atreides foresees, he foresees himself becoming this leader that is involved in a jihad. And the word jihad is actually used in the book. This is going to be effectively a war movie. My understanding is the running time now is, and this was another great part in it was, yes, the Sardaukar facing a sandworm in battle. Not just, Paul Atreides fleeing, but facing an actual, how do you fight that? How do you fight
and not just a sandworm?
Yeah, there are multiple sandworms. It's how do you fight this thing? The Sardaukar are obviously unmatched in this. Look at that, 3 massive. This is the stuff I'm looking forward to. One of my favorite things about, and I'm not like a big I am a newbie when it comes to like being, I'm just like a fan of Lord of the Rings because I thought those movies were amazing. Two Towers, the battle scene, which is almost half of that movie of Two Towers. This is what we're in for, is something on that epic scale like you've never seen. It was not done very well in the David Lynch movie. The last third of the movie is kind of a montage of what happens in the last half of the book. I don't like Dune Part 1. I think though, in terms of the ending, it ended at very awkward place. We're going to see the last half of the Dune book, fingers crossed, done right. The one thing we're not seeing in this trailer, Paul's sister, Aliyah. We're not seeing her. They haven't shown that yet. I think that's going to be a surprise in the film, but I hope we don't see it in future trailers. This looks like the main hall. I'm not sure. I'm speculating on some things. This could be the Emperor's ship coming to Arrakis. We do get to see Princess Irulan, played by Florence Pugh. Here she is right here. I love the costume design. It's like very, it seems practical, but opulent. It's supposed to be over the top and opulent. And I like that. I mean, it's just by the time we get to the end of this trailer, it's just all out war, a war, romance, and the Bene Gesserit are involved. We see Paul Atreides use the voice on the Reverend Mother. Silence. It's going to be, I can't wait. I cannot wait. Alan, your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I'm excited. There's kind of the simplicity of it, just being in the desert like this. I mean, we've talked a lot about just the fact that, they had a good budget. They had a modest budget, and they still made it look good compared to what Disney has been doling out and what crap they've been returning to us.
Yeah. It's just a movie I thought you just could never be made. And the David Lynch version is admirable. I actually look back on it fondly. I think there's some really great casting, really good music, and great production design, but a budget that turned out to be somewhat anemic in order for him to get the full vision he wanted. You can watch the Dune, what's it called? The Spice Diver cut, which is 3 hours, like the vision that he was going for. And that's actually on YouTube in 4K. But these images are just like right out of the book in terms of the massive, just epic scale of everything. I mean, Fremen riding sandworms, attacking the Sardaukar warriors, coming for the Emperor as they've shut down spice production. It's going to be awesome. I'm not. It is my most anticipated movie of next year. It was my most anticipated movie for this year.
Yeah, I mean, I like to defend the first one for a moment. You didn't like the ending. The reality was, it was completed during the pandemic. In fact, during our screening, you got into a fight with someone about a mask, about not wearing a mask.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, and then
I'll tell you exactly what happened. We went to see.
Hold on, and I'll just add also that Dune Part 2 had not been greenlit at all at that point either.
That might have been PR, but yeah, I got in a fight with someone. So we're walking from the screening. We all had to wear masks to go
And
on
we were
the
walking outside. We were walking
Yeah.
through
Okay.
WB Studios.
We were out. Yes, we were at Warner Brothers. They said masks enforced, and so I sat next to Alan the whole movie. We watched the movie together. We
You
both
gave
had
me
masks on.
COVID. It's a
I get, yeah. Well, Merry Christmas. So, but like, Alan and I saw the film. We're walking outside, and even like at the time, they said you didn't have to wear masks outside, and I'm like, what am I doing? I took the mask off, and then I was berated and shamed by these. I think that person still wears masks to screenings. I'm not going to say who it is, but also like, if that's fine, if that's what they want to do, that's their choice.
But it just got really pissy at one moment.
Well, yeah, and I was just like, this is dumb. This is dumb. But like, I feel like I've when it comes to how other people make choices in their lives, that's your choice. I wear Captain America and Batman underwear. Okay. You can almost, if you're looking at me on a live stream, I have Batman underwear on. Okay. Not to put that image in your head. I'm just saying everyone can do what they want to do, and that's fine. But you're not going to, don't come at me over different choices that I make in my life. But you ended up taking your mask off too. And I think I convinced another friend, like, just what are we doing? We're outside.
Yeah, I thought it was stupid.
I thought it was stupid. So, anyways,
in Orange County, we weren't wearing masks. Let's just put it that way.
Well, I already, if you have seen the, if you saw the panel from LA Comic-Con where we talk about why 99% of movies today are garbage, I have already promised, Alan, I'm sorry about this. I already promised Danica, Comic Book Girl 19, would be my +1 when I get to see Dune Part 2. I assume you'll get invited also, but
I'm sure I'll get invited to an earlier screening than you.
Oh yeah, well, I promised Danica, and I'm following through on that promise. Fine. And I hope we do a live stream. We should do like a group live stream. Yeah. But she really knows her Dune. Shout out to Danica, Comic Book Girl 19. Check out her Dune book club. Those videos are still on YouTube. You can read Dune, and she kind of takes a chunk and then goes through and discusses what happens in that chunk. She's she really, I mean, she probably knows more about Dune than I do. But I cannot wait to see this film and discuss it with you next year.